Hello there, and welcome to your introduction to Lesson 3, Athens versus Sparta. For today's aim, we'll be focusing on the question, how did Greek city-states influence American civilization? In today's lesson, you will use primary and secondary sources to determine which city-state had a greater influence on American civilization and values. The vocabulary word for today is city-state, a state that contains an independent city which is not administered or governed by another government. To open the lesson, you'll have a do now as always, and you'll be looking at a prompt and responding to it. If a nation only had one option to either train all of its citizens to become great warriors or to educate all of its citizens to become great learners, which do you think it should choose and why? You'll have 5 minutes to complete the do now, and your response goes here. Moving forward, we'll have a mini lesson where we'll be looking at two documents that gives us information about each civilization, Sparta and Athens. As your teacher reads the documents, you are going to annotate for evidence of pros and cons of each civilization, using the colors green for pro and pink for con. After you annotate for evidence of pros and cons, you're going to come down to activity 1 and just use those annotations to plug in your pros and cons sheets in each box here. A minimum of 3 bullets per square is required for full credit. Moving on to activity 2, you will read through each of the characteristics below and then decide whether that's a description of Athens, Sparta, or both. All right, so if you read valued education, is that talking about who valued education? Did Sparta value education? Did Athens value education? Or did both civilizations value education? And you're going to respond by putting S, A, or B for Sparta, Athens, or both. And then to close out the lesson, we're going to look at an excerpt from the Declaration of Independence and decide which civilization, Athens or Sparta, we feel laid out the foundation of the American civilization. So which civilization from Greece closely resembled the foundation of ours, of America? You're going to use the tied paragraph sentence starters down here to help build your response. Your response is going to go here in this box, and you're all set. You're going to turn it in on Google Classroom, and that completes the lesson. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you all in class. Bye.